Welcome to the Cave Tools Podcast. This is episode 29. Today with me I have Shardae.
Hi.
And I'm Terry. Yeah. And I have John.
Hi. That was weird.
Listen. I may or may not be inebriated right now.
I mean, when aren't you?
Ouch. This is supposed to be a podcast, not an intervention. Okay, let's.
Well, actually, Terry.
Let me just go get the banner out of my car and
This
then
hurts, guys.
start.
This hurts. You know, yes, I've been drunk all weekend, but I've been trying to power my way through No Man's Sky. I don't need everyone judging me right now.
So it's called for.
Yeah, it's called for, exactly. It's completely necessary. No, I'm being a little harsh. My review is done. It's going to go up tomorrow morning. If you're listening to this, you might have already seen it. But it was... it's definitely never ending.
You had some fun.
Yeah, no, I had some fun. It's not as bad as everyone's saying it is, but then again, it kind of is. 18 quintillion planets, and they all feel the same. It's
Oh no.
no, exactly. If you're looking for a game that you can just like explore and play and never really end, you know, it's good. It's good. But like as a survival game, you're better off going to play just Minecraft. I know it's a given, but go play Minecraft. Go play the forest. Play anything like that. Space exploration, it really can't be beat. I mean, you can go and land on a planet and then blast off into space again and go to a different planet seamlessly, which is really, really neat. Nothing else does anything like that, really, other than Elite Dangerous and not nearly as well. But you land on that planet, and after like the 15th kangaroo dachshund hybrid, you're like, okay, I get it. It's another alien.
Do they at
monster.
least have cool names? Like people can name them.
You can
right?
name, you can name whatever you want. Like I said, I've put 7 days. 14 hours every day, you do the math, yeah. But I mean, I've put like 2 weeks of actual work into this game, and I've never seen anyone else's content. I haven't seen anything that inclines that other people exist in this world, which is kind of the point. It's supposed to be lonely, but it does get boring after a little while. The ship combat's so-so. The actual combat's non-existent. Okay. It's like auto aim. Like you start shooting at something, and you can just kind of like.
You have to hold the trigger.
You do have to hold the trigger. You also get ricochet shots, which matters very little when you're outside. Like, what are you ricocheting off of, and for what purpose? I don't know why that was a thing.
No, it's so when you shoot the door, you can also shoot
yourself. Yeah, so I don't have to play anymore. But so what have you guys been playing? Just like kind of warm up into it. I'm guessing Fallout. I'm feeling Fallout.
It's between Fallout and Pokemon Go.
Oh, have you finally gotten into Pokemon Go?
Well, I got a new phone.
Ooh,
yeah.
Fancy. What is it?
It's an S7.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like the fanciest phone I've ever owned. It's the only time that I've actually been up on the current generation of phones
Samsung.
ever.
Yeah.
Samsung Life.
I got a Samsung.
I got a Samsung.
Oh, yes. That's perfect. No, and everyone will bitch at us when they're in their iChat and it comes up green. But that's okay. Do we have anything special like that? Like if you're chatting with me, is there anything special like that?
Yeah, it's a text message. We're sending messages digitally, Terry.
Sorry, I didn't. I've been taking it for granted lately. No, so as a writer, do you miss you don't have a stylus? So is it like do you take notes on it at all?
I carry a notebook with me everywhere, so I mean I don't really need it.
I have a notebook.
I have a notebook and a pen.
Do you also sling newspapers and hunt down awesome leads?
Well, I mean actually, yeah.
That kind of blew up in my face a little bit. So Pokemon Go. Now that you finally played it, what do you think of it?
It's gotten me outside a lot more than I've ever been outside in my life.
Totally, like
so.
Like we were doing the math and just like how much we've walked, and some like 40 miles, and before that like 0.
Right.
I'm almost at the 100-kilometer mark.
Oh my god. The exercise is impressive, and it's not like we didn't exercise at all before, but not really. What have you caught? What's the best thing you've caught so far?
Oh, let's look. I think. I forget. Let's look.
What's the highest CP thing?
The highest CP I got, I think, was like 120.
Ooh,
which was pretty nice.
Catching,
yeah. So right now I have a Venomoth, which is 163.
What's the rarest thing that you think you have, or what's the coolest thing?
I have a Meowth.
Ooh,
nice.
Meowth's
Yeah.
pretty sweet. That's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
pretty
What level
sweet.
are you?
I'm only level 6. I
Okay.
just started playing 2 days ago.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're warming up still. Like we're around level 20. You are level 20. I'm level like 19 and a half. We're getting there. We're still pretty low compared to most people who play it.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was walking downtown recently, and like these people who had the gyms were like, oh my god, and their CPs were like, I didn't
it's like
even know you
2,000.
could get that high, and I'm just like, I know. I'm inadequate.
I was showing off. I finally have the Eevee, Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon, and a dude at our gym has a 2,500 Charizard, and we're like, okay, I guess.
Oh well.
What are we even doing playing this game? Why even bother?
That's what I think
But it's still solidly fun. I mean, I like the updates. Sightings is a little weird now.
I heard because I didn't have it when they had the
nearby footprints. Yeah. So I mean, it works. You still can't track a Pokemon, but more Pokemon show up to where I don't care.
Yeah.
So
I think
that's
they had to have increased the spawn rate.
Yeah, and different Pokemon too.
Yeah.
I'm not running into the same 15 Pidgeys every day.
Well,
so.
you are still getting those.
I'm still getting those Pidgeys, but other stuff like
it's
I'm
like
almost
10.
Exactly. I've caught like 14 Poliwags this week, so that's neat. Yeah, that's a little different. There was like a Flurry actually down by your house, and I almost like chased it, and I was like, all right, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like I need to go home. But I pulled over to the side of the road. I'm like, wonder if there's any Pokemon near here. Yep. And like that's the thing, like you used to see the signs like if you're going to make a phone call, pull over. Now it's like if you're gonna play Pokemon, make sure you get to the side of the road.
Yep.
And it even has a big warning now if you're going faster than like 10
it's
kilometers.
like 13.
Is it? Yeah. Like now it's like you're going too fast. Are you a passenger? I
was driving around my friend yesterday because we were both playing Pokemon. I was driving her home and like she could play Pokemon Go, so I just gave her my phone and she played both at the same time.
I think we should act like Teen Wolf and just get on top of each other's cars and like surf while playing Pokemon Go. I think that's the most legitimate way to do it.
I'm so for that though.
But again, you have to keep it under 10 so I can still catch my Pokemon.
You're right, exactly.
And hit the Pokestops. Okay. Are there any Pokestops down by your house? You live in the middle of nowhere. So.
I live in the boonies. No, the closest ones are here to this house.
Yeah, you need to come visit us more so we can play Pokemon. What's the city you live in? What's it called?
Okemos.
I just still don't believe that's a real
Call
thing.
it Lansing.
Okay. So, but Michigan State, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's got to be a shit ton of Pokestops and Pokemon near you.
Near my house, there's nothing within about a mile and a half.
Okay.
When I go onto campus, there's like 50.
Right.
In like a 2 square mile.
Because of all the art
area.
pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so pissed that this was not when I was in college.
I know,
I'm
exactly.
So fucking pissed.
I walk up and down the river gathering Pokeballs and still catching stuff. It's like I'll catch like 30 Pokemon and net gain 100 Pokeballs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I work in Warren, which is the headquarters for all of the big different car sites and like 25 different like giant corporations. And there's like, it's not that they don't allow it, but like I know for a fact that they're getting rid of them. Like I work in a plaza with like 19 other businesses, and when Pokemon Go first started, there was like 4 or 5 Pokestops. Now there are none. There was like, it was like a corporate mandate, like no Pokemon Go, get out of here.
Pokemon,
I
no.
work in Pontiac, and my building is right next to an old church, and the church advertises
that
it's a Pokestop. Like, welcome all Pokemon players. Yes, we are a Pokestop.
Yeah,
I'm like,
a couple of the
you.
churches in our town is like, need some new Pokemon? Come on down on Sunday. And I was like, yeah, heck yeah. Now that's viral advertising.
Yeah.
That's a way to get people to go to church. But okay, so like just talking about Pokemon Go and like it's the only reason why we walk. One of the things we want to talk about this week was like guilty pleasure activities. Like what is something that you do other than like allowing yourself to go play Pokemon Go?
Like just for fun?
Yeah.
Just
It doesn't have to be video games. The other thing that we want to talk about, and this kind of fits into, is games you enjoy versus games you respect.
Right.
So like a game can be the thing that you kind of guilty pleasure.
Right. Well, I can't think of any games right now at the top of my head, but like just guilty pleasures. I watch way too much YouTube and like really shitty YouTubers.
Yes.
Like,
Our roommate Amy, she's been on the podcast a couple of times. I'll occasionally find her watching like college rendition of either like a Shakespeare play or like a Little House on the Prairie novel, but it's like modernized.
Oh,
so
man.
it's like modern drama. Or what's the one? It's Pride and Prejudice. It's like Pride and Prejudice, but like with like teens in college. I'm like, what is this crap?
well, I mean, Lizzie Bennet Diaries is amazing.
Is that
what she's watching?
is that really the thing?
I don't know.
I bet you it is. I bet you 100% that's
It's
what
like
it is. That sounds like it.
It's Pride and Prejudice, but it's like vlog form. So like the characters are talking to the. It's amazing, and it won an Emmy. Terry, it's legit.
I thought Emmys have to be on television.
This is the
No,
world
they
we're
have
in,
web
Terry.
Emmys now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why
it's
is that
legit.
a thing?
Watch it.
Oh, that's
They did
so
one
upsetting.
for Emma too.
Oh no.
It's great.
All right,
You should watch it.
I'm gonna go run myself over. I gotta figure it out, but I'll do
run
it.
you over.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
need to
thank
watch
you.
them. Even if
No.
I'm not a big Jane Austen fan. And
No
I
one
really
is. I don't. What?
People are Jane Austen fans, Terry.
Prove it. All right.
If you're a Jane Austen fan, write it in the comments.
Yeah, we're in the comments.
Please don't burn me. I was only kidding. Jane Austen is a swell writer.
She's just swell.
She's
swell.
neato, gang.
like Zoink Scoob.
Like Zoink Scoob. Anyways, so YouTube, like other than the Lizzie Bennett Diaries, what else? What's like the cringeworthy YouTube that you don't normally admit that you watch?
I watch a lot of teen British YouTubers.
Ooh, yeah.
A lot. Or ones that appeal to teens. Like, I really shouldn't be watching this because it's stupid challenges and like really stupid, like over the top personalities. But I can't get enough because I'm like addicted to listening to their voices.
You know, I can't really make fun of you because mine's very similar.
Uh-oh.
Okay, do you remember? It was a show on Cartoon Network. It was called Total Drama Island.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about its predecessor, 16? Do you remember that one?
No.
Oh.
Terry.
16 was even worse because Total Drama Island at least had like a
Plot?
Like a plot, kind of. Yeah, it was like a reality show that wasn't really reality. 16 was just about a bunch of teenagers hanging out in a mall, and along with that was all of its like cohorts in that thing. So like, you remember the N? Like Degrassi.
I never watched it, but yeah, I know
Like
what
it was
Degrassi
noggin
is.
after like 6
Yeah.
o'clock. So it was Degrassi High, and then a show called Radio Free Roscoe, which is still one of the best shows of all time. But it's not. It's about a bunch of Canadian teens who find an underground radio station that just works for some reason, and they talk about their problems on the air and are like spin doctors.
That sounds amazing.
It is
actually.
amazing. It's so bad. It's bad, but it's the same thing as Degrassi, which I
Yeah.
also watched.
Like guilty pleasure. I was just low key watching Gossip Girl before I came here.
I
so,
say I used to. Like I watched that earlier today. Like I was like, so it's not much. What about you, John? What's something that like that you wouldn't normally admit to?
Oh, that I wouldn't normally. I mean,
That's the
Next-
point of a guilty pleasure. It's,
next week I'm going to watch probably 3 seasons of The Vampire Diaries and
Oh
eat ice
my
cream.
God!
So
Yes.
I think you win. Why is this happening? Not even the originals. Not even
no,
like the better spin-off version of it.
no. Well, eventually, like if we get to the break point, then maybe.
Where the spin-off happens.
yeah, but like
That's
we're
a
not at
good
that. We're not
cutoff
at that
point,
season
yeah.
yet. So
Oh, it's just like I get that Vampire Diaries like was around first, and that Twilight obviously like stole from it.
Yeah.
But it's still stupid. It still spawned Twilight.
Terry,
come on.
you have to remember, I watched like 4 episodes of Blue Bloods today.
Why? So my mom is in town. Full disclosure, my mom is like 55, and her favorite shows are police procedurals. Included is Blue Bloods. It's more of a serialized like procedural, and it's got Tom Selleck. So you got to get in Marky Mark's older brother, Donnie Wahlberg. So like it has some things going for it, but it's still a cop show on CBS. You know what I mean? Like
I won't say that I like it, but if it's on TV and the remote isn't in my hand,
I get off of work and I know
I'll watch it.
And my mom texted me. She was like, "Yeah, I'm just watching Blue Bloods, and everyone's just watching it." He's like, "Everyone has watched it." And I get home and my friends are just enthralled. Like, oh my god, look at, oh god, Donnie's playing his own music. You hear New Kids on the Block playing, and I was like, what the shit is happening to this house? I'm half waiting for like the next time I come when you guys are just watching NCIS with her.
Oh
hey,
my God.
don't make fun of NCIS.
Oh, Gibbs, he's just gonna smack you upside the head and whatever other references. My favorite thing about that show, so like my big problem with television like procedurals is how they portray computers.
Yes.
Okay.
Just in general. So like, do
Yeah.
you watch any of those? Have you ever seen NCIS, CSI, Law and Order?
No, I watch good TV.
Oh no, right, but you've never seen any of those?
No.
Okay, so one of the things, number one, so we'll start with the least egregious, which is how they believe photos work. That you can just zoom in and enhance by double clicking a random key on the keyboard, and it just you can see someone's like molecules if you just zoomed in hard
Yeah.
enough.
You can see like clearly from a reflection of something 2 miles away.
Next, every single purpose in every single database. No one's DNA ever comes up not clean. That's more like just a cop thing than the computer thing. But the most egregious thing, and this is so upsetting, especially as someone like I work in IT. They never use the mouse.
No.
No matter what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you typing? I saw it. You were on the main menu. You were you were
There
back
are no
at
hotkeys
Windows.
for this.
You were on your home screen. There's no.
They have a keyboard with macros, and they just tick.
No, okay, and then like the most egregious, and again why I was getting upset is NCIS, because there's one episode where the two most nerdy, but they're not really nerdy people,
That would be McGee and Abby.
McGee and Abby, have to hack a hacker, and to do it properly, they both hack together on one keyboard.
Yep.
Just
That's
you're
a
not doing
real.
it fast enough, and so she moves over and he starts typing with her.
That's
like,
a real thing.
We're
that
gonna hack
happened
the hacker
on real TV.
And whenever it shows, it's either some like Lawnmower Man like virtual reality screen from 1983, or it's WoW. It's just there's just a WoW on the screen because that's how computers
Sometimes
work.
there's a command window.
And there's always one episode where like they have to hunt down the killer who's killing people through the video game because he's finding their IP address, which they don't actually know what that means. And like someone will reference something obscure. There's one episode of Law and Order where Ice-T drops Kotaku. He just like mentions Kotaku and he pronounces it correctly, but it sounds like so fake. Like they did 45 takes before that one, and each time he's going, "What's this shit that called again?" So wait, like. It's called Kotaku, which is Ice-T's line in every single show. It's like he's always flabbergasted, even though he works for a special.
You're
crimes
telling
unit.
me that there's a grown man who's touching kids.
Oh, hold on. It's
You've
like
been-
he's
you've-
always like curious, but like no way.
You have been on this job for like 20 years.
John Mulaney, a comedian, has an entire like 15-minute bit just about this because IT is that ridiculous. Or Ice-T, not IT.
IT is also that
on Law and
ridiculous.
Order. But it's not necessarily a guilty pleasure. It used to be. I watched a lot of those procedurals, but it's Degrassi for me.
Oh, yeah?
that's-
Yeah.
So the other than TV shows, is there anything that like maybe like so you're winding down, glass of wine, no one around? We're not talking about masturbation. What something that you wouldn't necessarily admit to, other than video games? I have a couple of video games I'm going to mention, but
Right. I can't think
Oh, I've got one.
okay.
Pretending like I'm going to be productive when I'm really just a coffee addict.
Like
It's like, it's been getting better recently, but like,
partly because we go together now, so it makes sure we work.
But like whenever I'm at home and I'm just going alone, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get something done and I'm gonna take my stuff over to the coffee shop and I'm gonna sit down and crank some stuff out. And then 3 hours later, I get off of Pokemon Go and I walk home.
No, I remember. So like, he had his headphones on for like 3.5 hours. I was like, man, he's getting some work done. I go to the screen. He's on Newgrounds and he's just playing Flash games. And he has been for like 3 hours. What you weren't playing?
Run 3.
It was Run. Why? What
I
is
don't know.
that? I mean, like I've been accused of like
I
playing
can't
Pandemic
stop,
for like 20
Terry.
hours, but come on,
It's
man.
a disease. Please help me.
I'm not so bad, but like I'll boot up like my NC4 and like just like rebeat Pokemon Snap or like Rogue Squadron or like a couple like bad games that I just like because like they were in my childhood. Like I've played every single Digimon game 95 times. So like if I'm having like a rough week, I'll put on The Office. Not even the good earlier seasons, all of the shitty later ones. I love them all. It's my favorite show of all time. And I'll play Digimon. Doesn't matter what it is. There's a really crappy mobile game that's like a card battling game but not good. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat Digimon. And people are like, you mean Pokemon? I'm like, no, I don't. You think I do, but I don't. I'm sorry.
I mean, you remember that game I used to have on my phone that I didn't actually play? I just hit play.
Yes, yeah.
Finally deleted it.
What was that? It was like this. It was like an adventure. It was like an RPG kind of.
It
but-
was either Summoner Wars or
Summoner
Summoner's War, whichever one isn't the card game. Because there's a card game that's really good.
Summoner Wars is the card game.
Okay, then it was Summoner.
played Summoner Wars.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I thought it was Summoner's War.
Summoner's War is the one that's on mobile.
Okay, then that's the one that I played. I've also played Summoner Wars,
Yeah.
but
we should play that.
it's a real good game. I really enjoy it.
Don't mock us, okay?
I'm just enjoying the show. Is what I'm doing.
Listen, we invite you to our house to drink our fine water because we don't have any other drinks to serve.
Terry, it's okay water.
It's okay. It's just
It's
probably.
like it's alright.
Let's be honest. It's shitty water, but it's cold, so there's that. Well,
That's true.
It's now warm.
It's now
but
warm, but
It
it was
started
cool
out
some
kind
day.
of cool.
So I mean, like you're still kind of not a new gamer, but new to I game every single day.
Right.
Is there anything that you played back before that was a thing that you don't talk about playing, but like you still boot up the old Wii to play some shovelware? Come on, like there's got to be something.
Well, I mean, like I think
Elf Bowling 2 or something.
I don't know. First off, I don't really have a lot of games for my Wii.
Oh, okay.
Never really got super into the Wii. I just played my GameCube games.
That's
on
not
my
a mistake.
Wii.
That's
So,
accurate.
That's a good choice.
You have Wii Sports and Mario Galaxy. What else do you need?
I mean, that's it. Oh, and Lego Harry Potter.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
and Just Dance.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. The fundamentals. of
Right,
it.
exactly.
Does Lego Harry Potter count as a guilty pleasure?
Yes, it does.
Because
Doesn't it?
I
have
just bought it
No,
on
I have
PC.
no shame in playing Lego Harry Potter. That's a great game.
I know for a fact you have another guilty pleasure, and specifically Harry Potter. I bet you played the shitty PlayStation ones.
I never owned a PlayStation, but I played the GameCube ones.
Not much
How about-
better.
And
Not,
PC.
not much
Yeah,
better.
the PC ones.
The PC ones
Heck
were
yeah.
the best.
I think they're the same thing as the PlayStation ones.
Except for that terrible end battle in the first one.
Did you have to
Yeah.
Shoot the mirror.
Did you have to collect the beans in that?
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
I
same
got
thing.
to the secret room every time.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
No
yeah.
big deal.
Playing
Like,
Quidditch, and it was just like this on rails thing where you kind of moved him up and down.
Yep.
I was like,
Yeah.
what was up
It was
with
a
that?
great game.
Yo, see again, I knew I'd call it. I knew you played this thing.
Well, you know me, Terry. I
Speaking
play
of
anything
guilty pleasures,
Harry
how many times
Potter.
have you read the new play?
Once.
I read your review. Surprisingly, you not. I mean, you're a good reviewer, so not surprisingly, you were still very critical on it, and you did a very good job of review.
Thank
but I could still tell secretly there was a bias there.
No, I know. I tried so
No, you
hard
didn't.
not to be
If I
biased.
didn't know you, I would not have picked it up from the
Okay.
review. It was talking to you afterwards is where I
Right.
got it. No, your review was perfect and it was on point. I agreed with everything you said.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm
I
not even a
appreciate
fan.
that.
And I like the points that you thought were good. But come on.
No, I know.
Why did this happen? Why did
I
she make a
know.
play? And why is this the last thing that she's
She
doing?
didn't. Okay, stop
chronologically?
blaming J.K. Rowling. She didn't write
No,
it.
it's all her fault. She's the only one to blame. There's no one else to blame.
She gave the okay, so yes, she is to blame.
I
but
thought she
doesn't
wrote
take
the
all-
play.
No, she didn't.
She didn't write it?
No!
Well, then why are we reading it?
Oh my God, she was a consultant.
Oh, really? Wow.
The
Ouch.
other two names on the book, they wrote the
Is that why it
play.
was good? Is that?
The only reason it's good, I'm pretty sure those are the only things that she wrote. I didn't say that, but I mean, it's probably true.
But she did write the screenplay for Fantastic Beasts, though.
Yes.
I'm correct on that?
Yeah, she did write
Okay.
the screenplay for that. So that we can be super critical of when it comes out.
And I have heard a
criticize her.
rumor, and I was just baiting you. I found
know.
I still was surprised that wasn't fake, but I
know.
did find out about that earlier this week, actually after reading your review. But I did hear that she was thinking about doing a book adaptation of the play, and that would be
Oh,
her.
Okay.
But I mean, that's again hearsay and internet rumor mill.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
Would you read that, even though you've already read the play? Probably.
Yeah.
Do you read all of the Pottermore stuff?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that down as a guilty pleasure thing too.
I'm not. I don't feel any guilt though. So
But
it's
you
not
should.
a
But
big-
you should is why
I
I'm bringing it.
absolutely don't.
You should. All of the shame should be felt about this.
Never.
What about? Okay, come on. What about all of her American wizard mythology?
Actually, I haven't read that.
Okay,
yet.
good. That's bad. That was legitimately a little offensive.
I heard it was pretty offensive. That's why I haven't read it.
It
I'm like,
wasn't-
I don't
I mean-
want to taint my opinion of
No,
anything
exactly.
right
I mean,
now.
there are much more offensive things, and I don't think that was her agenda, which
No,
does make it a
no.
little bit better, but doesn't
No.
excuse the fact that like she did some solid research for the later books. The earlier books, not at all. But like so for the later
That's
books,
true.
But for some of this American stuff, I was like anybody in the world, and I'm not accusing anybody that they should know American history because most Americans don't know American history, and most
Accurate,
Americans don't
yeah.
know shit about any other country.
Also
so I'm not
accurate.
giving
Yeah.
a shit about that. But if you're gonna set something in that period
Yeah.
that has such a rich lore with witches, period.
Yep.
Come on.
Do your research.
Do your research, because there is some really, really rich history
Yeah.
there with like magic and tons of stuff
Yeah.
like that, and it's just blew my mind at how little it references
Like,
that.
yeah, just
like,
watch
even properly.
Pocahontas and you'll
Oh,
know.
God, don't watch Pocahontas. Also offensive. John Smith was a dirtbag.
He was the
And
worst.
Pocahontas was on peyote. If she was seeing all those pink people, okay, I'm just saying.
That's true.
And I bet you 100% that was a different. It was a different hummingbird. There was no way that was the same hummingbird throughout the
no,
entire film.
naturally not. It was
Aren't-
yellow.
There's no way it lived that long. And also that raccoon had rabies. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest. And Pocahontas too is stupid. You married two guys named John Smith. Like, listen, like, hedge your bets. Like, come on, you don't want to make that mistake twice. Do they
Okay.
reference why he dies? The other John Smith? They say like malaria, AIDS,
Well, his name
polio.
wasn't John Smith.
I thought the first one was John
The
Smith.
first one was John Smith.
The second
one
guy
was-
she marries is John Smith. Is also
No.
James. Google it. Google it. Also John Smith. I promise you.
I thought it was. I don't think it's John Smith.
It was Jim Smith.
I'm Googling this. You keep talking.
It was Jordan Smythe.
His first name is John. I remember that. But I don't think it's Smith.
50% there.
Halfway there.
I'm like pretty positive.
All right. Well, she's
Yeah,
preoccupied.
well, I'm googling
Let's talk.
this.
Let's talk about
Game-
why. No, let's talk about why Harry Potter should have stayed in that closed ecosystem.
This number one, it doesn't
this
work.
John
This is-
Rolfe.
All right.
Who's
all
right? I'm right.
Hey, I was right about the
Mark it
first
on
name.
your
But in
calendar.
real life, didn't
Both
she marry,
legitimate.
didn't she get with another John Smith? Or probably they got with her because it probably
No,
wasn't
it was-
consensual. But I thought
it could have
It
been
was
John Rolfe,
just
who was
John
also an
Smith.
actual person.
Yeah, there's his portrait. Yeah.
Which one of them was like in charge of
It's a portrait. It's a
bringing
person.
tobacco
portrait.
to like the
Your face
major
is a
cultivation
portrait.
point in America? Because one of them did that, and so like it's all his fault.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
any one of those-
Merca.
any movie that's based in that timeline where a white person is the hero is wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's,
You ain't wrong.
No.
the only one out of all those movies that I can't like. I can't defend any of them. They're all bad. Like I love Disney movies, but they all have some serious issues.
Historically
but I've
inaccurate.
never seen Hunchback of Notre Dame. I've never seen it.
Really?
So I can't begin to critique it. I really don't know much
Okay.
about it.
Well, I mean, like it's not historically accurate at all. So
You
they're-
mean gargoyles don't talk?
No.
Damn
Sorry,
it.
sorry,
Wait.
Gary. They sing though.
Are you
Oh,
telling me
okay.
that Gargoyles wasn't a real show?
I mean, sometimes I wish.
But
it wasn't.
Goliath. Hey, okay. A lot of that series was good.
That was
No,
actually
I
a really,
like
really good series.
Anyways, she should have stayed put just because that world was not written to have the longevity to expand to other places. It kind of fell apart a little bit in 4 when she started incorporating other like schools,
Countries.
and countries. Exactly. Like you saw a lot of cracks in that mythology. Now to expand it to America
Another
that was never
continent
even
and
mentioned.
another time frame.
Exactly, like that. There's no even like mention of in the rest of those books, and like so there's another school, and it also has 3 houses.
4.
And, 4, and it's tied to Slytherin. It's like, come
But
on,
no one
what
cares
is
about
happening?
them in the actual series because
Because
they're
reasons.
not within apparating range, I guess.
And like Harry Potter started to break a little bit with the movies when they were kind of based in the 90s. Like the first couple, you could tell
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
going for the 90s motif,
Yep,
but
yep,
then
yep.
like in like 4 and 5, like you saw cell phones and stuff. And it was
Yeah,
just,
they
like,
didn't even try to like.
No.
base it
No,
in the
and I think that was
90s
partly
anymore,
director
yeah.
choices, but still, like, and again, those are the movies versus the books. But again,
Yeah.
you just saw those seams a little bit break, so that's a little upsetting. I worry. Fantastic Beasts still can be good. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, none of them. It's not out yet, Terry.
Exactly.
guys-
But I mean, it's like,
Oh.
again, full disclosure, you know. I mean, like, I am judging it before I see it, but man, it doesn't look good. Like, I'm already a little worried.
I'm pretty excited.
I think there's a chance.
I think so too, and because J.K. Rowling's a competent writer, I'm excited to see a screenplay from her.
Yeah.
Same way, like,
Yeah,
what was that mystery
definitely.
that she wrote a few years ago?
the
Under the Other Day.
Cormac,
Yeah.
I didn't read that, but a lot of people said it was good, and I'm really
I
interested
did.
in
I
reading
read it. The Cuckoo's Calling. Yes.
Yes.
Was it good?
Yes. There's actually 2 more. It's
Oh.
a series.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's a mystery series. I read the first one. I haven't read the other ones, and I really liked the 1st
Mm-hmm.
one. I read. She also had another book that I forget the name of about like small city politics or something. Not that good.
Not that good.
Not that good. I
would've
read
thought?
it because she wrote it, but if she didn't write it, I wouldn't have read it.
The only people that can pull
Kind of
off
thing.
small city politics is Parks and Rec, and that's
So true.
Amy
And it wasn't.
Poehler,
It
so.
was not Parks and Rec.
It was not.
No.
Was it funny?
No.
okay.
It was super depressing. Like
To be fair, so was a lot of Harry Potter.
yeah, but at least it had magic, okay? Like half of me was expecting, okay, they're all wizards, right? Like this is gonna get better with magic, right? And it never did.
A lot of the places it goes to is a lot of headcanon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, but I
Yeah.
think this, and it is cool. Like, she does have I was gonna say a power, but an ability to write in a way where it's interesting, but also she leaves so much open.
Yeah, and that's really smart, I think, in a world like that.
She leaves so many
Definitely.
loose ends that everyone else is like, oh, but what
I
if
can
this
tie
happened?
this up.
But what
Yeah.
if this
and then she could
happened?
probably make it cooler than what anything she could
Well,
have thought of.
like I always mention like some of your fan fiction that you wrote. It was like the first Reddit I've seen, and it was Harry Potter, and like that was like better than some of the stories that she's written. You know what I mean? So like
You're lying.
no, like no, seriously, like 'cause some of her endings I was a little disappointed with, and I like some of the stuff that you did, and it wasn't, you know, I mean, like I didn't read every single page of it, and it's not like you wrote 4 novels or anything like that.
I mean, I wrote 6.
6.
But please don't look them up. They're all.
but they're all online. You can
They
track them
are.
down if you want to.
I mean, like, I'm not giving you my username. Just like comment on them. I still get notifications. So like, comment. K-Troll sent me here, and I'll be like, shit, they found me.
Like, think about like legitimately some of the bad fan fiction.
Oh,
That's out
man.
there. You know, you didn't write slash fiction. It's not like
No,
you were pairing
no.
up like Ron and Ron and Radcliffe, whatever,
You mean a Harry?
Harry and Ron.
You missed
Rary,
it by
whatever they
Nope.
are.
that much.
I meant Radcliffe.
Like some sort of meta thing?
Exactly.
I mean,
Oh.
there's probably fan fiction for that.
No,
Oh,
there
they
is. That's
Fiction
I'm
for
specifically.
everything.
It's bad. And nodding is involved, of course, because of the internet.
Duh.
Ruh-roh.
I don't even know.
Oh,
what I was
man.
saying.
So getting off the Harry Potter and the guilty pleasure thing, it kind of segues into it a little bit. Is so games you enjoy versus games you respect, like critically or just in general. So like again, the games you enjoy, we talked about like some. Guilty or pleasures. Like I play every single Digimon game that exists. There's a Digimon MMO, not the worst MMO I've ever played, but still not very good. It's pay to win. It's super Korean grindy style MMO. And like you have to put 10,000 hours, and even then your character's leveled up twice. But it's Digimon. It's a guilty pleasure. I've made all of my friends play it, including John. So like, and it is fun when you're playing together. It's the same catch 'em all mentality as like Pokemon or any of the other Digimon games. You get your little monster, you level them up, you get other little monsters, you battle other people's little monsters. There is a fun to it, but
You're not supposed to put your kid into a fighting ring yet, Terry.
she's not a monster. I mean, yeah, she
Yeah.
is kinda, more like a gremlin. Or like she could be good if you want.
Just
but if
don't feed her after dark.
But if you feed her after midnight, then she's done. And if you get water on her, she multiplies. I feel like we lost the analogy somewhere along the line.
Just off in the
We always have to
distance.
kill lots of them at Christmas.
Oh.
Not thinking about you killing children, Terry. This
No,
is
we
like...
said gremlins. You're breaking the fourth wall. Anyway, so that's kind of like my guilty pleasure game. Same thing with semi-okay simulators before they get better. So like I play a lot of early space sims that go into beta. Like I played Star Citizen before there was even a flight stick module. Like, you know what I mean? Like I play a lot of those early access games, survival games as well. Like I played The Forest when it was 2 frames per second, and random green creatures would pop out of like ruins and scream at you and kill you with an axe when you spawn up.
I was living in this rock.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like those are the games I play because I'm so afraid of missing out that I'm like, I jump on the bandwagon. I played Rust like the first 30 seconds it came out, like just naked with a pistol and running around shooting things.
Oh, you poor boy.
I bought Minecraft and it was like $2. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. So that's the stuff that I kind of do, that not guilty as much as games I enjoy versus games I respect critically. Like Mass Effect. I don't enjoy those games a lot. I got into the first one and it kind of lost me, but I think critically those are some amazing games. It did a lot of cool things with choices and systems. I don't respect that they changed from going from an RPG to a third-person shooter, but I still think
Yeah.
they're fun.
That was so sad.
So give me some examples of games you enjoy versus games you respect.
Me? That's the start. Okay.
Me?
Me?
Okay. Sorry.
Well, I just basically, I've talked about this like 12 times, Terry, but all I play is RPGs. So like,
There's nothing wrong with
Preach.
it.
so yeah. I just
Turn-based
play
or Western style?
Western.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Little racist, but that's okay.
I mean, it's a lot racist.
Not all of us love turn-based RPGs,
I
Terry.
love turn-based RPGs.
I
Go
just-
read my article on Triton-XP. They're the best things ever. I wrote another article about Earthbound today just because I was taking a crap and it was taking too long. People need to play more turn-based RPGs. I'm not saying that you're wrong for not playing them, but you're wrong.
I mean, like
It's an
fine.
opinion, but you're wrong about it. You need to
Yeah,
play
it's a
turn-based
wrong
RPGs.
opinion, but,
Exactly.
like, it's fine.
Have you played any turn-based RPGs?
No, I have. I just wasn't into it from a young age.
Right.
I guess, and you were probably introduced to them.
Yeah,
at
like
a
my
young
first
age,
game was
yeah.
Final Fantasy 7. Like, you know what I mean? I learned how to
Yeah,
read fighting like giant robots and riding on chocobos. So
Yeah, my first game I think was either Mario Kart 64 or Pokemon Stadium.
still
so,
really
like,
good choices.
Yeah.
Those are still solid games.
Yeah,
You know what else is a turn-based RPG? Pokemon.
I mean that's true.
Mic drop. But not these ones because they're expensive. And by expensive, I mean $20 that we cannot afford to buy again. $20 for the set, by the way. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Let's be
Oh my
honest.
God, Terry. Cheap ass.
So
Hey, now,
Western
the
RPG
mic screens were like an additional 30 cents each.
I'm pretty sure I stole this from my high school.
There's no way you didn't. There's no way you did not do that.
Shout out to Miss Fleming, my Spanish / public speaking teacher. I'm sorry.
But are you though?
No, continue. I'm trying to remember how to say I apologize in Spanish. And see, this is very clearly why I need to apologize. Don't remember.
I don't remember.
I know how
either.
to say it in French, and that's it.
How do you say it in French?
Je suis désolé.
Nope.
Yeah, that's not even
happening.
close in
No,
Spanish.
no. Go on.
I mean, what was I even saying?
I'm sorry. I
Western
I don't even
RPGs.
know anymore.
Western RPGs. So games you enjoy versus games you respect.
Yeah, I play, Skyrim, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Fallout. Want to play The Witcher really soon. I have that. I downloaded.
So
that.
you probably enjoy and respect those. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Yeah.
Now,
definitely.
for The Witcher,
Yeah.
important question: are you starting at 1 or no?
I don't have a gaming PC.
You don't need. You could play that game on a calculator.
I mean,
You
if
could play that game on an abacus.
No insulting to CD Projekt Red. Like 2 and 3, are really really fun games.
I put like
1
40 hours into one.
No, exactly. But because you couldn't go in, you couldn't control them. That's why.
That's not the point,
You
Terry.
got stuck on a tree as a wolf attacked you. It's worth playing if you really want to get into that world.
It's worth watching the story on YouTube.
No, seriously, watch the cutscenes and read some of the not the books. You should read the books, but they're more of like an alternate dimension version.
yeah.
Okay.
They all kind of fit, but it's similar how they do Hellboy, where every single
yeah,
version
okay.
is different. It all kind of culminates to a story / mythology, but you don't need to do one to know the others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Play
Good
2
to
and
know.
3 though.
Play 2 and 3.
Play 2 and 3.
Yeah, I have 2 downloaded.
Yeah.
It was free for like
Yeah.
a couple days for
yeah.
Xbox.
On Gold,
yeah.
yeah.
So I got that. So I wanna.
So have you started 3 yet, or are you just you're gonna beat 2 first?
I'm gonna
and then-
beat 2 first. I'm gonna.
Good call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 2, and then I'm gonna.
I don't want to
do
spoil
3.
anything,
Yeah.
but
And
the
then-
way 2 ends is the coolest thing I've ever played in a video game.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Careful.
Oh, no, I won't say no. It's just people, fans of the game will know what I'm talking
Okay.
about.
Well.
Don't forget to fill out the website thing that lets you bring in your character
from 1.
because then
Oh,
you get a
yeah,
bunch
that-
of
yeah.
extra gold.
Same
and
goes for 2 to 3, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You can do the same thing.
Okay.
There's a little
yeah.
webcomic that it's similar to how they did Mass Effect when it came to PS3, but 1 wasn't out yet. You could only play. I have another article about console exclusives, but 2 and 3 came to PS3 way later on.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
one was published by Xbox, so it was not coming anytime soon.
Right.
And so like, how do we carry the story over? And you go play this webcomic that kind of answers what questions happen.
Oh,
and stuff.
cool. They kind of did that with Dragon Age. I
Yep,
know
yep.
they did
It's very
Yeah.
similar.
Very similar.
Yeah, I haven't played the first 2
Well,
yet
both
because I don't have it for the
BioWare
console.
games.
But
yeah. It's very
Yeah, it's very BioWare
Very
kind
similar.
of thing.
yeah. I
So
appreciate it.
so you enjoy and
Appreciate.
those
Yes.
games. So like you respect them on a level.
Yeah.
So we've like you mentioned, we talked about this a lot of times. But what about Western RPGs makes it the only games that you play?
I am a really big immersion person.
Okay.
Like I play video games a lot just to like get away from the world and like de-stress or stress about something that's not me.
Fictional.
Like put my stress into something else and nothing that has to do with me.
Like your
so.
damn inventory and these damn dragons.
Yeah. Raiders and shit.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think of something from Mass Effect, but
The Krogans.
the Reapers,
The Reapers. Collectors. The Collector Reapers.
quad-like testicles.
Sure. Yeah.
There's just 4 of them.
Okay, so quads.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Yeah, that's right. You got a set of quads on you, boy.
Shepherd.
I remember that being a line. Yeah. Which is really weird because my shepherd was a girl, but
Well, duh, because she's the best.
yeah,
Yeah,
Femshep
but-
is the best.
Femshep is the best.
To the point where they put her on the cover of 3, which was awesome.
Yeah.
On the special edition, I'm pretty sure she's the only shepherd on the
Yeah,
cover.
probably.
Yeah. Everybody plays as Femshep, right?
I didn't,
No?
but that's because it took me a long time to not play as like a dirty blue-eyed like
Generic
white
white male
male.
that looks like me if I worked out more.
Yeah.
I've been there. You've seen my D&D characters. They're
They're
all
you.
They're all short, black-haired half elves. Yeah.
the most recent one has your backstory too.
Yeah. Very true. That's very true. Right down to the grifting father and everything. I can hear your judgment from here, Shardae, and I'm going to shut it down.
I'm not judging.
Uh-huh.
No,
That was a
I
very
know. I
judgmental
don't.
laugh.
I don't judge.
So what do you respect about them? So you mentioned that you enjoy them. What makes you respect them critically? Like, you review lots of things. You haven't reviewed many video games, but what, or any, probably, right? No?
No, not yet.
You write for the same website I do.
I know.
One of these days we're going to get you to review a game. Well, there's only like 9 of us, so there's enough games to go around.
It's true.
So give me an example of something you respect about these games, just like on a critical level.
I like how I can introduce my friends who don't play any games by introducing them to these games, either through story, like, oh, these have really good stories, or through gameplay. Like, a lot of these have both
Right.
gameplay and story that are not the best, but like they're easy to access for people because they got me into more hardcore gaming. So I'm like, well, if I can introduce this de-stressing process that I have to somebody else and make their lives easier, maybe
Right.
a bit more fun.
It's that
or
culmination
whatever.
of systems that kind of comes
Yeah.
together. And like you said, like I mean, they're the only games you play, and you're not new to games necessarily, but new to playing them all the time.
Yeah.
And that's interesting that you've latched onto that system. And all like John's kind of a rare case because he plays very few games. The games he does play are Western RPGs, and like it's the same games that you
80 hours.
Exactly.
90 hours.
How many
Yeah.
hours have you put into The Witcher?
90, and I'm not more than 60% done with the actual story.
Got you. And those are
There's
again,
one area I haven't finished.
Which one?
Skellige.
So, okay.
Because I don't want to go around on the damn boat for like 30 hours.
I'm right there with you. I haven't done Blood and Wine yet either.
Oh, I haven't
that's
gotten
the
any of
new
the
add-on,
DLC.
right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the new
the
DLC.
DLC.
It's I downloaded, I bought it and I downloaded and I played like the intro thing and it's a lot less stressful. It's still dark and interesting, just like the rest of the world of The Witcher, but lower stakes. Like it's not.
It's
yeah.
like
I wish that
Yeah, exactly. It really is.
I wish they published Gwent cards.
Oh, like real? You can get a deck of Gwent
Can
cards.
you?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the cool thing is since it's such an easy system, you don't have to worry about tons of rules and deck building.
Terry,
You can kind of just get. Yes, I will buy you a deck of Gwent cards.
will you play with me?
Yeah, I would totally play Gwent. Did you see that it's going to be a standalone game?
Will it really?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
They're just doing like a side project, like 4 or 5
yes.
members of their team put together Gwent. It was at E3.
That's amazing
cool.
news.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, like I don't need another deck building game,
No.
but I want to play.
But
that.
I played probably 10 hours of just Gwent.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
See, I have now, but when it first came out, Gwent was broken. So
Oh,
you
yeah?
go in to play. Do you know what Gwent is?
No.
It's okay. It's the card game, and for those people who don't know it too, it's the card game that is proprietary to the Witcher world. So
That's what I figured.
it's their version of cards. Just like
Yeah.
every single RPG has their own card. Even Fallout has a card game in it. Have you just stumbled across? Have you played New Vegas?
No.
Okay, play New Vegas. New Vegas has a card game.
Yeah, I
built into
heard.
it.
Yeah, it has like all the betting and all the stuff.
Exactly. So Gwent is their version of it, and it's kind of like think Magic. It's a head-to-head game, except for it boils down backgammon style to ones and zeros. So
Yep.
you play a character, and it gives you a point depending on its point total. Then they can play a character, and they also have little abilities that can destroy each other's characters. And your whole thing is you're just trying to have more points than them by the end of the game. And all of the cards you draw, so you draw like 7 cards, and that's all the cards you get for 2 rounds. So you're not going through 75 cards in your deck. You get
Unless you have all the draw
Exactly,
cards.
but you get a hand, and that's what you get for the game. I don't know if
Okay.
it's 7. It might be a different number, but it's arbitrary to that point. It's just you get a hand, and that's what you have for the rest of the game. So sometimes you concede a point to your opponent, let them win a hand because you can win the next one.
Yeah, because it took 6 of their cards, and now they have 1 card for 2 rounds.
Exactly.
Okay.
So and it's the best 2 out of 3. It's a really interesting game.
Yeah.
And again, that's another thing that like I respect, and I had fun playing it. But again, it's more respect. I didn't play it like 90 hours like John did.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of a cop out. Those games have great stories, great characters, like you said, fun gameplay. What's something that you would not normally tell somebody that you play? So like again, the guilty pleasure. What's some other than like Pokemon Go? Like how many rounds have you played of Candy Crush on your new phone?
I stopped playing Candy Crush sophomore year of college.
Oh,
So-
Lottie dog.
No, because I
it was
literally-
just a phase, Mom.
No, but I got seriously addicted to it, and it was a problem. So I uninstalled it from. I didn't even have a smartphone in college, so I uninstalled it from my iPod Touch. So I haven't played since then. I've had relapses where I went to play the game, then I saw it wasn't downloaded. I'm like, oh, good on me, good on me, and I never got back into it ever. So I'm very proud of myself. Thank you.
I mean, and like fans of the show will know that I kind of dabble in a little bit of everything. There's not many games that I don't play at least once or twice. But the people that the community, and the games I respect are like those really hardcore first-person shooters, where like that's
Yeah.
all they play. Same goes for the MOBA players. I
Yep.
play a lot of League of Legends, but that's it, and I'm not very good. Those people that like commit, so like Counter-Strike players.
Yeah.
That is a rabid fan base. Every single update that comes out, they know every single gun. People trade guns online. There's Counter-Strike betting websites now. There was the whole controversy about those players not disclosing.
Not disclosing that they
And
own
just,
the
like,
website. Yeah.
How much momentum it caught with it, and I respect that community just because I'm not that good at that game, nor do I try to. We had this discussion before. We're never going to be professional gamers because we play too many things. Those people devote like their life. That's like like John mentioned, that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's all they do. So like I respect those games because it takes a high level of skill. They're good games.
Get good, scrub.
Exactly. I just I just can't do it. So like Dota 2, Counter-Strike, those heavy esport mentality games. Same goes for some of those people that like only play Madden.
Yeah.
Like people talk a lot of shit about those games. Those are good games. They're not for everybody. I like a round here or there of Madden. I play a lot of NHL hockey. I play FIFA every year because I'm a nerd, but I'm not good at it. And I don't really get a lot of the systems, but those games are good. And again, I respect them. I don't enjoy them as much as other people. What about you, John? What's something that like you enjoy versus respect or vice versa?
Just basic simulators.
Ah,
So like, okay, I want to own a farm this month.
Yes, farming simulator, the infamous farming simulator.
I'm just gonna sit here and let my crops grow, and that's like it. It's like that's it. It's like Stardew Valley, probably the closest to like the respect level that I've come on one.
What about Harvest Moon?
Haven't played it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like a lot of these games, it's like, no, it's a real easy game. Really, really simple when it comes to the like bare bones of the game.
I mean,
I just love them so much.
You just haven't played like 17 hours of farming that corn. It's not so easy when you got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to farm your simulated corn, John.
You just
City
need
boy.
to get a better scythe.
No, but it's like it's the same reason why I got into space trucking games like Elite Dangerous, and people do the same thing. They're like, I respect the game. It's cool. Like you have a throttle and a flight stick toss combo. I had a stroke there, and like that's really neat. I could never do it, and I completely understand that. That's how I feel about Euro Truck Simulator.
Does it smell like burnt toast in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're also dying.
Yeah.
There still isn't burnt toast. We're all simultaneously going down. We're just going down with the ship. But yeah, so like Euro Truck Simulator, right? We're like, those people master backing up that big rig on a digital keyboard.
Beep, beep, beep.
Again, like I said, like I can respect that because I get it because I play those space trucking games, but I don't enjoy those games. And I know
you enjoy them.
I mean, kind of. I enjoy watching them.
Okay,
it's like a almost like a parody type thing, but like or sarcasm. But I get it because I mean, it's not any different than me space trucking.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Like
it's the same.
I just mentioned I put like 80 hours into No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
But like it's mine is space. It's still got that genre. I can go 360 degrees. I can go anywhere. We're like they got to be on the highway. Like there's a game, Penn and Teller. I can't remember. It was their game. It was a mini game on it. It was just like a mini game. You drove their bus to like Las Vegas and back, but it was real time.
Oh yes. I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it.
And you couldn't just hold the gas down.
No.
Because if you did that, you could hit a bump and you'd crash and you had to start all over.
And there was no save point.
There's no save, and you just have
and
to
it was real time, just drive.
And that's what Euro Truck Simulator is. At least in space trucking, like pirates will come out of nowhere and I gotta laser them down once in a while.
John, I've been interdicted.
Exactly. I got to call my friends to come bring me fuel now because they're adding that. So if you run out of fuel, your friends can drop off some fuel to you so you don't get beaten up by pirates. In Euro Truck Simulator, you gotta watch out for that guy who cuts you off on the Autobahn. Other than that, smooth sailing, I guess. I don't know. Another one. Those adventure games, the Telltale adventure games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Do they have CB radios for people playing?
Oh my
Euro
God.
Truck Simulator.
I mean, isn't that just Skype?
But like an in-game Skype that like you
So
can
like if you're nearby,
you connect to people who are you're nearby in the game too.
Well, it's not multiplayer, so you'd have to like connect to us. You'd have to figure that out. But yeah, we just got rich. Sorry, you're never gonna see the Cave Trolls again.
Copyright
That's a
Cave
$1 million
Trolls
idea. We should. I mean, they have that, and they have that in Elite Dangerous though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything? So you've now seen a lot more. Those are the games that you enjoy and respect. Have you seen games that you don't want to even give a shot, but you kind of appreciate them critically?
I appreciate like WoW. and those players, because they are hardcore.
MMOs.
I appreciate the crap out of those people because it takes time and dedication to build up, but they're also giant assholes, so I never want to play with them.
Hey, well, see, that's the thing where, like, I love it. I love and hate those communities and respect them. I don't respect those games because so often it's pay to win. I mean, and WoW's a different kind of case because it's a fun game. And it masters that gameplay loop of false rewards, for like digital products.
Yeah.
You feel so good when you level up in an MMO. You're just like, oh, yes. And like, it was like my first, I was in a raid, and it wasn't even a raid. It was like a dungeon. There was like 4 people. And I just remembered, like, I leveled up, and everyone can see that you level up. And everyone's like, congrats, man, level 9. I was like, what? Thank you. You're right. I earned this.
Thank you, guys.
And then I'm thinking, like, no, I didn't. I've been at my keyboard for 20 hours. I'm only level 9. I was supposed to pick my daughter up from daycare 4 hours ago.
All I've done was eat Doritos and Mountain Dew for 6 days. Please help me.
But that's it. Like, there are certain one of those games, like, they're fun, but you can, again, that's got to be like the only thing you play.
Yeah.
Like, I love MMOs, and I've talked about this on the show. I've played a lot of them, but man, those games are time sinks. I don't know. Like you said, I don't know how they do it. And I guess I do. That's not true. It's all they do.
Yeah.
But and you can't even say they don't have social lives anymore because those are social lives.
Yeah.
Like, you make a lot of friends. Like a couple of the old guild members I have been married since then. Like they met. Yeah, exactly. It was like one of those random things. Like, they met on the game and they got married. That's like such a cool thing. And it's also since 2016, like people don't just like judge for that. Like I remember how weird it was when I was like, yeah, I've been talking to this girl. They're like, oh, really? Like on the internet? I was like, yeah, man, met her in WoW, and they're like,
Okay.
that'll last. And they were right about that one. But like.
But
I knew I'd met you before.
Yes, I was catfish, but that's not the point of the story I'm getting at here, okay? But again, it's just, so MMOs. Anything else? Like it used to be the mobile gamers. Not necessarily that I respected those games, but man, they have their hooks in people. And
yeah.
As a capitalist, like young Republican, man, I wish.
Talk about Candy Crush again.
God,
Jeez.
I know. I wish I could have come up with that. Match 3 games? You mean like Tetris or fucking Bubble Bobble? Like, but they put it on a phone and they charge you for it. Genius. So I respect.
It's only
$1
to get another life, Terry. Just $1.
But like critically, have you guys played like the Telltale games?
No.
Those adventure games.
I played the Game of Thrones one.
Did you like it?
Through. I really loved it.
Oh,
I was doing it on a break of when the season ended, and then the first episode was free, and that's how they hook you. And I'm and the first episode, if you've played the Telltale Game of Thrones games and you know how it ends, and I'm just like, God damn it!
I feel bad because I
spent all of my money on all of it. I bought the season pass, played it for 3 days straight.
I think that entire season went for free later on.
No, it didn't. If it did, I'm very upset with myself.
Those are games that I wish I enjoyed because critically, like those are interesting. Like they have fun systems. That's, it's just choice based, and you kind of move around once in a while. And they have really, really good stories that I want to get into, especially the Game of Thrones, because I love that world so much. And it ties into the show, which is a big deal for me.
Yeah, but it's like completely separate, so it doesn't actually intervene.
Exactly. You don't necessarily have to, but I love of adding that world. You know what I mean? Like I read all of Dunk and Egg, and it's not important, but it's so cool. I want to absorb all of that. Same thing with like I love the Borderlands world, and I like those games. And Tales from the Borderlands adds a lot to that, but I just don't enjoy those games.
Really?
Again, critically, like I get it. I get what they're going for, and it's really neat, and they have great stories, but I just get so bored playing them. At that point, I was like, just give me a book. Give me a book or make the decisions for me and put it out on DVD. I'll watch it. I'll watch this as a season.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from because sometimes I'll get so engrossed in the cutscenes because basically all it is just cutscenes. I'll forget
to get to select the thing.
I'll forget and I'll kill my character.
I was gonna say you can't do that. The one that I played The Walking Dead season 1, which is the best one that everyone says. I got bored like 3 episodes into it. I was like, I don't care. Why do I need this TV remote to turn on that television to move the zombies? Just go shoot the zombies. Give me a gun. I'll kill them. Okay. Like, so I couldn't do that. It's the same reason why I don't watch Walking Dead, honestly. But
yeah,
that was a poor decision, Rick. But that's neither here nor there. Do you play those adventure games at all, or
no? Same boat as you.
That kind of goes for. You've heard of The Witness? Have you guys heard of that one?
No, I haven't.
That came out earlier this year by the maker of Braid. It's this super intense puzzler where like all you do is solve these really intricate puzzles and walk around this island, and as you do it, it unlocks like the story of it. But that's all it is. These super duper hard. Yeah, like Myst, except for way more puzzle-like.
Okay.
And it's not point and click. You control a first-person character.
Okay.
So similar to those walking simulators, but with more puzzles.
Okay.
And that's all it is. And like again, really cool story from what I heard. And I get puzzles, and it was a beautiful game. I did download it. It is gorgeous. But man, I don't give a fuck. The only game that could get me like that was Portal.
Honey
I really
Badger
liked
don't
Portal.
give a
Okay.
fuck.
Have you played Portal?
I haven't, but I watched my brother play.
Exactly.
But it looks awesome.
Yeah,
and that's on my
Portal was
list.
one of the few that I thought everyone could get into. It was really cool, and they added it to the
Yeah.
orange box. But I just didn't, again, I did not give a fuck. There's too many puzzles in Witness. Portal, I thought, did a good combination of like jokes and storylines.
Yeah,
So, like
yeah.
I cared about my character and the cube, so
Yeah.
I kept going. But, like,
Companion cube.
Exactly. The Witness, I just didn't give a fuck. There's too many puzzles, too many lasers. I don't care. Why is this tree shaped this way? I don't know. So that broke my spirit. Do you guys play walking simulators at all?
I don't think so.
Bad name for them. I really don't like the name. It doesn't do them justice. But those games where it's more about experiencing the story as you walk through it. So Gone Home is a good example. Firewatch.
The Something Chronicle. I actually really did like Firewatch
Firewatch
and Overwatch.
I
but
don't know. Chronicle. What's that?
it's about a guy who works in an office building and everyone disappears.
Oh.
The Stanley Parable?
Yes, Stanley Parable.
I
that's
love
what it
the
is.
Stanley Parable.
That's
That's
a whole
great
meta
game.
level.
Yeah.
That takes
Yeah.
it to a whole different thing. That's more puzzle, but also more just fucking with you.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you classify
love
that.
that,
But
yeah.
I recommend Gone Home to everybody at this table. Like,
I
Yeah, I've
know,
heard of that.
Terry.
Yeah.
it's good.
I know.
I mean, it's 2 hours. Who doesn't have 2 hours? Same thing with Journey. Journey is another one that a lot of people don't play because they walking simulator, but
Okay.
it's very emotional, very awesome. Journey, Gone Home. I can't recommend Firewatch because I haven't played that one yet.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
Um,
How long was that one?
It's a couple hours.
And that a lot of people seem disappointed. Was that just because like they hyped it up
They
too much?
they
you
were
think, or-
disappointed in the ending.
Is it just because like they kind of said it? I don't want to spoil it for myself, I guess. But it seemed like there was more to the mystery than what there
Yes.
really was. Is that what
Yeah.
it was? It was more about the journey there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get let down by those. But again, it's like about expectations.
It's about the experience, not about what actually happened.
That's why a lot of people were
Yeah.
disappointed by Gone Home. I don't want to spoil that for you guys. I want you to play it. But a lot of people went in thinking it was one thing and then found out it was another. The other thing was really cool, but if your disappointment outweighed it,
Just sounds like a symbol for life, though.
oh man.
Cave trolls get deep.
I was gonna say, and on that deep note, I think we should call it a day. If you want to check out any of our other stuff, you can check us out over on YouTube, on iTunes. We're the Cave Trolls podcast. We're everywhere and nowhere. But really, on YouTube and iTunes is like basically the only place. You can also we're gonna be over on Triton-XP now. We're gonna be sharing our stuff over there. So check out all of our content on Triton-XP, along with all of Triton-XP's content. From Wa and lots of other talented writers like this one and several others. We review video games, gadgets, tech, books, movies. We do it all and we do it well.
They do it all. No, I'm kidding. I really enjoy their stuff.
we have some amazing opinion pieces on there too. We have some really, really good, talented new writers on there. So go check out all of that stuff. If you want to catch us on Twitter, we are at Cave Trolls Cast. If you want to send us email or dirty
Porn,
pictures
like-
or anything like that, don't. But if you want to email
If
questions,
you want to find Jordan on Tinder, go watch a couple episodes back. But
if you want to send us any sort of questions or comments to us, we are cavetrollscast@gmail.com. We are cavetrollscast or at cavetrollscast on Twitter. I'm at Resident Stevel. Shardae, do you want to pimp your Twitter?
Yeah, Shardae.
Okay, and John, you're at.
Mr. Opra,
Okay, do you say anything on Twitter?
every once in a while.
Okay. You probably tweet more than I do. Most of mine is sharing out other people's articles.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I tweet every probably 3 days.
We also have a Cave Trolls Instagram, but we don't put anything.
We
on
own.
I'll do it.
We own the name Cave Trolls Instagram.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
About it.
You can also check out our
It's a
website.
start.
Exactly. Check out our website. We are
No
we're
underscores for us. Woo!
cavetrollspodcast.squarespace.com because we can't afford a URL. But you can go check out all of our cool stuff over there, and you can try to steal our URL, but we don't care.
Please don't do that. Because I'll be the one who has to contact you and say, hey,
Hey, can we please have the URL?
can we work something out,
And
please?
don't make him call you.
And
like-
don't try to extort us too,
'Cause
because
then
we
I'll
don't
have
have
your
any
phone
money.
number.
Like,
Yeah, you won't get anything.
yeah,
out
this
of
was
it.
done in my garage and probably will be done in my garage for the rest of time, and it's not a very big garage.
I thought you were going to say there's not a lot of time left. I thought we were going to end on something real existential.
Did I not tell you about the
Again.
gas leak?
So, uh-oh.
And on that note,
Special.
we're the Cave Trolls, and we're out.